Our first question: what is a favorite moment from your time with Enigma?
I can never forget my first ever night with Enigma, which was Zombie Tag. I was pretty terrible at the actual game, but I just remember the sheer joy of people running around in the dark, holding glow sticks, yelling at random strangers, "Are you a zombie?" I think we did actually slightly get in trouble with the police for that. But it was the moment I really realized that, wow, these people are just so creative and funny and joyful, and it really made me fall in love.
What is my favorite time at Enigma? My favorite time at Enigma is when we do the Doc Weiler social. I love doing the big bonfire on the beach, hanging around there, telling stories, and just enjoying the ocean breeze, the ocean air. I really like Doc Weiler.
Hi, I'm Brian McInnes. My favorite moment from my time with Enigma was when I had a reading group and no one came. And then I finally went ahead and reviewed The Watchmen, and there were like 25 people there, and not everyone even had a chance to go ahead and talk. And I thought, that's a very interesting group that we have that, like all these other science fiction and fantasy books, people don't really care about. But Watchmen, that'll bring them in.
So now is the part where I'm supposed to talk about my favorite Enigma memory. And spoiler alert, I don't have one. Because for my time in LA, especially the first 15 years, I would be hard-pressed to dig up a memory that wasn't Enigma. So I'm just going to say all of them, and thank you.
Now, my favorite moment from my time with Enigma has to be the West Marches finale. Now, the Tiamat fight was great, but I'm talking about the Frog of War. Such an excellent thing we did. 6 tables moving between them. Such an epic fight to conclude that year's campaign.
My favorite moment from my time with Enigma is probably last year's final West Marches session. As West Marches is our club-wide D&D campaign, and for the final session, we basically had a 25-player, 6DM, 8-hour-long combat. It was pretty chaotic, but like so much fun, and we had a really nice send-off for all the seniors that were leaving at the end.
My favorite moment from my time with Enigma is the West Marches finale session at the end of last year. We all fought the Frog of War, the big bad. There was like 30 of us at the 40 of us actually at the Bruin reception room. We had this combat that lasted 8 hours where players were moving between tables, all fighting the same monster. It was difficult to organize and even more so execute. And honestly, I can never dream of organizing something as big as that combat.
I think one of my most favorite recent memories has been of getting to see everyone after summer has ended. During summer, I think a lot of people grew anxious of seeing each other again. If you were in question of a day during this time at all, you would realize why. And getting to see people just reuniting after a very long summer was just really sweet to see. And I'm excited to see it again next year.
One of my favorite memories from Enigma is when my GM of 3 connected one-shots told us at the beginning of the 3rd session that the Metamorphosis Alpha characters we had played in the first one were actually in Gamma World. The Gamma World characters for the second one were actually in the Metamorphosis Alpha world, and this 3rd game would be the bringing together of those first 2.
My favorite moment from Enigma so far was MaxiCon for last year in 2025, which is kind of funny because I didn't really play any board games, but it was just so nice to be surrounded by a bunch of really cool people who I admire and respect.
My favorite moment would be the time I got to walk Walter Koenig, Star Trek's Chekhov, up from Parking Lot 6 to the stage of Ackerman Grand Ballroom for EnigmaCon. I don't know how I got to do that. I was very happy to get that duty that day, and although it was a long walk and he was not happy about it, he was very happy when he got to see some other crew members of Babylon 5 on the stage, and I got to hand them off to them.
Although I was never an actual member of Enigma, my Enigma story started in 2014 when I had just moved to Los Angeles, didn't know anybody, and was working at Disney. My game designer at the time, Andy Ashcraft, came up to me after a couple months and said, I'm not usually wrong about these things, and I think you're my people. So we have a board game night on the second Friday of every month. Come over, see if you fit in. That was 11 years ago, and I count many Enigmans among my best friends.
And for our second question, what does Enigma mean to you?
For me, Enigma is a place to be creative, to have fun, to play games, meet new people. It's definitely where I made a lot of my closest friends in my UCLA experience, and Enigma was always there for me. It was every week, twice a week, or in some cases 6 times a week. I could pull up to whatever event was happening and see people I knew and hang out and really just have a great time. And I'm very grateful for that community always being there for me.
What does my time with Enigma mean? My time with Enigma means a continuity from undergrad to grad school. It means a time when I get together with people that share a similar interest to me. Especially, I love my time playing Catan or Avalon. I really like those games.
Hi, Brian here again. What does Enigma mean to me? I, have met about half the friends that I have now when I'm in my 50s from Enigma. We still keep in touch. It's a great community, and I think everyone kind of watches after each other, and I think that's important. It's really sustaining,
I guess to me, Enigma is found family. That concept didn't really exist mainstream anyway when I came to LA in 2001. But from my very first Enigma meeting to my very first Enigma party, Halloween party, if I recall correctly, at the Adler's Glendale house. Wow, that was a while ago. I have never, ever been alone.
Now, to me, Enigma is a place where you can go, even if anyone can go, find some people that are fun to hang with, fun to play around with, get some board games, get some RPGs, whatever you're into, you'll find someone there to help you and hang out with.
To me, Enigma offers a strong sense of belonging, and it's also an incredible space where we can come together and both tell and experience stories, whether it's explicitly through a TTRPG campaign or more implied through like a murder mystery event. But regardless, it's a space where, basically anyone can tell a story and have other people buy into it. And I think that's really beautiful.
Up until my 3rd and 4th year of college, I've always found my home in many different groups of friends. I was able to find some people in a climbing team and some people in a different culture space, but I would always be bouncing around, and until I found Enigma, I never really found a solid group of friends I could really connect to on a deeper level, and here everyone shares the same hobby, and so Enigma to me is a place where I'm able to finally find this group.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Hello. Enigma means family. I was always able to find a Friendsgiving in college, and we had the best food.
To me, Enigma is a safe space that fosters creativity and passion, which are 2 things that I find to be so crucial and important during these times. And I'm very grateful that a space like Enigma exists for people like me.
It means community. We all learned how to work together and create something. We knew we would grow old together. We had fun together. We looked back on things. We created something from scratch. We're still enjoying the fruits of it to this day.
And finally, what is the most important thing you've learned or gained from your time at Enigma?
In Enigma, I learned to play games, obviously, to build friendships, which was very important, to be strategic, to be lucky. But I think the most important thing I learned was how to create the best laid plans and then watch them go utterly catastrophically awry as nobody does what you want and nobody does what you expect, and everything falls apart. But you still have fun anyways.
Most important thing that I learned or gained from my time at Enigma was, when I came in, and obviously I don't think that most people LARP before they go ahead and get to college, but it was certainly the first time that I LARPed. It was just such a very clever and interesting way to go ahead and play games, Gain a bunch of people together, all kind of agreeing on things. It was interesting to see how people go ahead and play. Some people cared only about their characters, some people really wanted to get their goals done. It's an interesting reflection upon how kind of people in general go ahead and operate when you ask them to go ahead and gather with a bunch of other people and pretend to be someone else.
If I had to pick one thing that I learned from Enigma, I couldn't. But I'm going to pick two and squash them together. The ability to have a difference of opinion with someone without it being a crisis, and the ability to recognize that I don't have to always be right in every instance, conversation, conflict, whatever it is. Those two things go hand in hand, and it was decades, half a decade with Enigma before they started to click for me. So thanks.
The most important thing that I've learned in Enigma is that when you are playing Root with Kevin, do not believe a word he says. Do not go along with anything he is saying, because he's just trying to win.
I'd say the most important thing I've learned from Enigma is how to plan as part of a team. Since we run so many different events throughout the week, it requires an entire officer board, to basically make sure all of them go smoothly, and then of course taking a major role in this anniversary planning as well. And both of these experiences have taught me a lot about how to plan effectively and how to work with other people while you're doing it.
I think the most important thing that I learned at Enigma is the importance of community and having a people that you'll connect with for the rest of your life. I've always been a person who's quite self-reliant, ambitious, doing my own thing, but now that I'm about to graduate in my 4th year, I realized that afterwards I might want a space of people to connect with at UCLA, and Enigma has really shown me this and this desire to actually maintain a group of people that will always be around.
One of the things that I've gained from Enigma is being able to really help people and others around me find something that they actually are interested in that they didn't realize they might be interested in before. This happens a lot with board games, like with all of these 4-letter board games here, but also with stuff like D&D. Enigma just offers so many different activities, and often people in Enigma themselves aren't interested in all of them, but it's been a really cool opportunity to be able to just show them something new and get people to engage in something new, and it's been fun for me to do that as well.
Your close quarters combat abilities will definitely shine when we start this fight next session. I'll see y'all in a week. Enigma taught me just how awesome gaming is. I love the creativity and joy and wonder that they bring out in people. Enigma taught me that I can start my own business as a pro GM, and I absolutely love it.
The most important thing I gained at Enigma is my friends.
I learned how to both lead and enjoy the process of leading at the same time. Many of the events that we put on, whether it was a LARP or a con or just a meeting, involved a lot of personalities, but at the end of the day, we were going to make something truly fun and satisfying. And to be able to lead a group, to do that, is a skill I now have.
And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.